Hello everyone, TinaGAle back, and today I'm going to do a layout, and I'm using a sketch from Susan Stringfellow from Sketch Savvy. She has some really fabulous sketches there. If you want to check those out, the links will be down below. So I'm using some of the new paper from Crate Paper, the Kiss Kiss collection, and my very darkest background there is actually some of the paper that I featured in the clearance scrapbook haul that I got from My Scraps and More. It is the Christmas paper from Jillibean Soup Hollyberry, but it had that wonderful wood grain background, and so this is the layout that it's going on. I wanted everything kept very soft and feminine in a way that it was pink and it's a love theme, but yet masculine in the wood grains and the neutrals and stuff, because these are photos of my husband. And so I just layered up some different sizes of papers, and like I said, most all of them are from the Crate Paper Kiss Kiss. Gorgeous, gorgeous papers in the pink and the off-white. This one's kind of an ombre watercolor type effect, and so I just used my EK Success notebook border punch and went along the side, and then I distressed it with my Tim Holtz distressor, and it's just going to go up underneath these photos, or underneath this main photo. One thing when you're working with vellum, you want to kind of use your layers to hide your adhesive, and so I just kind of tacked my pieces together so that then I could turn it over and apply adhesive everywhere that I could to tape everything down. And then I have this kind of, it's a really dark gray polka dot pattern paper, and I just used it underneath everything else just to give it a little bit of darkness and to anchor those photos down so everything's not just floating around. And you'll notice I moved stuff around just a little bit, and what I'm doing is where those two small photos are at the bottom, I didn't want all of that lined up straight across. I want it to go down a little bit, and I'm also watching the corners where the two photos meet. So all of those layers, I'm looking at how they line up together. And then I went to my silhouette and I cut these pink hearts, and they're from the basic gray mint julep paper. And I also had this free file of this heart border that I kind of wanted to include. So I used that to kind of separate my photos, and my journaling is going to go on that watercolor type paper. So I just decided that this paper wasn't quite rough enough. I wanted to rough it up just a little bit more, so I just got my scissors and just really distressed at it. And these hearts, I'm just going to tack those down in a little bit. This is the ephemera pack from the Kiss Kiss, and I'm just going through it and pulling out anything that I think that will go with it. So I'm looking at the black and the white that goes with the polka dot paper, and anything with just a touch of gold, because I have that gold polka dot vellum, and then the light cream and the very light pinks. So all of those pieces out of that ephemera pack that I can find that I think goes along with it, I'm just going to pull out, and then I will start tucking them in and finishing off the layout. I have a piece of, it was a white die cut with a gold embossed writing underneath the two small photos, and I tucked that up underneath there because it says good for merchandise at face value, and these two photos are just two very funny photos. We were standing in front of the castle at Disney, and they have the little small statues, which my husband loves Goofy, and he's making this funny face, and so we were trying to get my husband to mimic the actions that Goofy, the statue Goofy, was doing. And I probably have 5 or 6 of these photos, and he never did get it right, but it was just so funny. We were laughing so hard. Most of the pictures are kind of just a little bit blurry. So I wanted to include these in a layout and stuff, just to document his silliness. And then I have the small one that just has the X's and O's and the black, just to repeat that black polka dot. And when I'm tucking it under there, there's just a little bit more than what I need. So one great thing about die cuts when you're tucking them in is if you'll just cut off like into 1/3 and then leave 2/3 in another place, you can use that, like I'm going to tuck it down here below, and that just helps repeats patterns in your paper and carries through, and just gives a lot of balance and stuff to your photos. So don't be afraid to cut your die cuts and everything apart so that you can split those up and carry them across the page. And then I also have this pink kind of arrow piece there, and I kind of just wanted a little bit of pink down there because it had a lot of the gold and then the black. So I just cut off a little bit of it because I didn't need it quite that long, and I'll end up taking those 2 little arrows that were left over and picking those up and putting up in that other embellishment cluster as well. So that's another die cut that I kind of cut apart. And so this little border piece, it's really, really thin, and so I just kind of tacked it down just a little bit with my mono adhesive, and then I'll go back later with my liquid glass and make sure that it's adhered down good and it's not going to come up. So yeah, there's the 2 little arrows that I was doing, or that I trimmed off from the other one that I'm just going to tuck up at the top of there. On the hearts, after I get them kind of tacked down, I'm going to take it to my sewing machine and I'm going to stitch down the centers all the way down, just to adhere them, because I kind of want them loose. I don't want it solid. And then I also had just a few of those gold vellum hearts, and I tucked over 2 of them just to give a little bit of difference in some of the hearts and to repeat that gold throughout. And then my title, I absolutely love these thickers, and they matched perfectly with this paper. And they are American Craft Thickers, and I'll probably butcher the name, but it's a Funkidori. And so they're kind of a craft with a gold glossy polka dot. So it matches all of the gold vellum polka dot in behind, the craft, and the gold. Just really, really cute. And then the small square alphabets, those are from the My Mind's Eye ChalkStudio Alpha. So there's like 4 or 5 different colors of alphabets in the package. And then the sweet was a cut file from my silhouette, and I just cut it out of some dark chocolate brown paper, and I just adhered all of that together. And the title comes from our first Valentine's. He gave me a card and it played "Let Me Call You Sweetheart," and I didn't know the song, and so that's become a special song to us and our relationship. So I wanted to include that in the title of this layout that's just going to have some journaling about how much I love him and his silliness and all that he means to me. So thanks for watching. Here are the still shots, and we will catch you next time.